Well, hi guys, it's Matt here again. I thought I'd do a slightly different type of video today. Might be able to see in the background I've got two new toolboxes, not new, but new to me. An 80s Sears Craftsman bottom drawer, and then an older Craftsman top box. I got both of those recently for, I think you saw one of them in one of the last videos. For bottom one was I think 35 bucks and it was 20 bucks. And I'm coming to just trying to organize some of the stuff that you've seen me pick up recently. And when organizing my tool bench, I had a bunch of stuff underneath here that was kind of just shoved in plastic buckets. I came across a whole pile of tools, and these are all tools that I picked up over the last, let's say, 3 or 4 years before I really kind of got into learning about older tools. And it's just things I saw for 50 cents or $1 and thought, oh, that must be worth getting. And I just threw it in a bucket and never really looked at it. So most of the stuff I don't even remember buying, to be honest. But I thought I'd just go through some of this stuff as I was rediscovering and organizing it. It's all stuff you haven't seen, so we'll get into it and see what we've got. So first of all, we've got a little, I'm assuming it's American made, but it's I don't see any marks on it. It just says battery terminal, double-ended box wrench, 5/8, 9/16. We have a Proto made in USA. It's got double-ended, open-ended with a flare nut wrench on the one end. That's a 9/16 wrench, 3754 Proto. I believe Proto were what Plum changed their name to when I think they had a patent issue for the trademark. So that we have a 1/2-inch wrench ratchet, Giller 77C, manufactured in the USA. Works. Got a little straight line, chalk line reel, plumb bob, American Tool Companies Inc., Wilmington, Ohio. Just figured that's the sort of thing you know will be useful with DIY projects, etc. We got random hammer. I may have bought that one for the handle, I can't remember. I got a set of these, on which at the time I had no idea what they were, but they are Craftsman adjustable wrenches, essentially, nut wrenches, so you can adjust them down to the size of the nut you wanted, and they seem to work okay. I did try them out briefly when I just pulled them out before. I believe they're more vintagey, 70s maybe. There's the large one and the small one there. Well, it's kind of cool. I think probably 50 cents a piece for them. We have a 10-inch adjustable wrench, Crescent wrench, made in the USA. Don't know the age on that one or anything about it particularly, but again, that would have been probably 50 cents. I know Crescent obviously make wrenches still, and USA made one. Yeah, it must be worth more than 50 cents, so I'll clean that up. Seems in decent shape actually, so maybe that will go in one of my toolboxes, my portable toolboxes. I'm not sure on this guy. I don't think. Oh, there is a mark. So it's a Stanley by the look of it. I'm guessing an older USA made Stanley hammer of some sort. Not 100% sure what it's intended for this one, but I just use it for bending small pieces of metal or flattening things out or doing small repairs on. My wife buys a lot of antique stuff with metal lids and things like that. It's nice for just kind of using it to kind of tap out little pieces of sheet metal and stuff. So that's kind of what I use it for. What I intended on using it for, but I put it in a box apparently and hadn't found it for a year and a half. So not sure on that one. Looks like someone took a grinder to it at some stage. Little there is a name I think on this side, but I'll put that to one side and I'll work out what that is later. A couple of miscellaneous. What have we got? A Stanley Yankee number 41Y, made in the USA. A little push drill, a small one. I got a larger one somewhere. Maybe try and oil that and see how that works out. And then there's one of these ratcheting screwdriver things. I think I got this from an estate sale if I remember correctly, but I don't see any brand on it, but that was in the box too. I got a set of old calipers, I guess. Like, these are LS Starrett. I know Starrett are a, you know, machining company, I believe. Massachusetts, USA. So a nice pair of Starrett calipers there. I'll probably keep them because they're useful for, you know, just measuring small, but not you know, not minuscule parts, but small parts for doing repairs and things. So I don't know. We'll see how much. I'll look up and see how much they're worth first before I decide to keep them. But they seem nice, and again, they were probably, you know, 50 cents or $1. Little small hammer. Oh, it's got a mark on the handle. Oh, it just says magnetic. I don't know. It's a little hammer again I use, you know, bought for kind of shaping metal. Big fat rubber mallet. It's actually quite expensive, the, you know, kind of rubber Deblo kind of mallets. I'm always using them for, you know, knocking parts into things without breaking them, so that was probably 50 cents or $1 again. So no name on that one, but looks like an older one. A couple of screwdrivers, and I do remember buying these. These were in an estate sale not far from where I live. I recognize the square handle, older style, where you know, kind of put a wrench on and turn them or whatever, so I figured they were older. I couldn't get this handle off this one, but it does actually say on there, Bridgeport, USA, and a patent number on there as well. Model number 2343-6. So a big flathead screwdriver. Nice. And a similar looking one. And this says Bonnie number 6. I can't remember if Bonnie... I know Bonnie, I think, are a subsidiary of someone. I can't remember whether it was Snap-on or SK. No, Blue Point was Snap-on. So I'm just drinking some coffee. But I think Bonnie were also, you know, like a second line tool company, but, you know, quality American made stuff. So that's nice. And we got another one of those ratcheting doodads. It's a Yankee number 30. It says North Brothers, Pennsylvania. And this is a, I don't know if it's intended to be a drill or what, but this one's set up as a screwdriver, ratcheting screwdriver. So I'll have to, yeah, seems to ratchet both ways. Yep, that should be interesting. I wonder if I can get, I wonder what the bits are in this, whether there's they're proprietary or whatever, but it'd be cool to kind of keep that one. What have we got? Had these in a small box, which I obviously got for some purpose, and then I never used them. But actually, they are very useful. So there's a set of, this is just a standard, I don't know what the brand is, but it says T15s. I'm assuming it's one of the branded Torx screwdrivers, or T15. This is a set, most of a set at least, of, I don't know where I got these from, but it's Craftsman USA made Torx, small Torx screwdrivers. I think I bought these thinking I was going to use them on. I've got some pocket knives that have little adjustable Torx bits on them, or, you know, adjustable Torx screws. But I think I ended up using a set from my Milwaukee drill set that have a little bits in there. And this looks pretty good. So I've got a what we got? T6, 7, 8, 9. It's in the 5. That may well be somewhere around here. I don't remember. So, but I'll. They're the odd sizes that don't tend to turn up in most of the sets you get, the bit sets. So, so we got. What does that say? Anyone read that? Oh, hang on. This guy I found as well says USA. I think it said Bausch and Lomb somewhere on it, but I can't remember. But it's a little lighted magnifying glass. So look. Something, I can't read that, too much dirt in it, but it says something Hatch Inc. Buffalo, New York, USA. So it's a Haskag Hatch or something like that. I can't read it, but it's a set of, oh hang on, McCaig Hatch, sorry. Yeah, Buffalo, New York. It's on the other side, slightly better. 538, made in USA. Nice slip joint pliers. That's another one to go in my collection because I've started collecting these American-made slip joint pliers now since you know, kind of a year ago. I like the nice detailing on the handles as well. That's a nice one. We have a little pair of needle nose pliers, and they're just marked drop forged steel, West Germany. So, you know, probably 80s or before. I'll probably, maybe I'll just leave them as they are, or I might clean those up and put new handles on them. They're kind of a nice small size. Most of my needle nose pliers are a little bit larger, so it's always nice to have a variety of sizes for your needle nose pliers. Speaking of which, slightly bent looking, but they're okay. The points are pretty much flush. What does this say? It just says Durochrome, made in the USA. So I don't know who would have made them. Everyone recognizes that style. They look like been a little bit eaten up, but again, I wouldn't have paid more than. I think both of those came from the same estate sale as that little screwdriver Yankee number 30 or whatever, and I think these were in like a 10-cent pile, so they were really cheap because we were there like the last day of the estate sale and a lot of stuff had already gone, but this was in like a rusty box of stuff. So and what have we got over here? Just a nice pair of vice grips. I think they're American made. Yep. DeWitt, Nebraska, USA. A little bit chewed up, but I can probably get like a little triangular file I can get in and just kind of clean those jaws up a little bit. I like these American-made vice grips. They always come in kind of handy for clamping onto things and doing difficult jobs. You need to kind of get a good grip on stuff. So get rid of all my, like I had some Chinese ones initially, but I get rid of all of those. What else have we got? Indestro Super 2837 USA, little 1/4-inch driver. I don't think there's any super quality to that, but it's USA made 1/4-inch bit driver, so it's always nice. Oh, there we go. There's the other one, the T5 Torx Craftsman. W I think is Western Forge, I believe. There's the T5 for the set. I haven't done any research on any of this stuff, but I also don't recognize General as a brand. I don't know whether they're Chinese made or US made or what, but this is one of those little kind of short space ratcheting screwdriver jobbies. So I thought, and it doesn't look very expensive, so but I just thought I'd throw that, keep that and use it for little awkward tasks, and maybe I'll do some research on the brand and see what the deal is with that. What have we got? Vaco, VO4 USA. Never heard of Vaco. Don't know anything about them. Looks like an offset flathead screwdriver, I guess. I don't know anything about Vaco USA and that. Let me know. Just a little. Oh, it's Indestro again. Drop forged select steel, made in the USA. It's 3/4, 5/8, or 729. I'm going to clean that up. I don't really know what I'm doing with these older wrenches that I don't have a set of. I'm keeping them right now, but I don't really know whether I should try and make sets of mixed brands, or just keep all of them until I find other ones, or hard to know right now. But I don't want to throw those away or sell them necessarily because they haven't got a huge amount of value on their own. But equally, I don't want to just get rid of them. So let's go in a box. Little Craftsman, that was marked $1. I don't think I paid $1 for it, but it's another Western Forge. Craftsman USA scratch awl. It's always nice for picking things out, or making little marks on stuff, so it's handy. Well, we're down to the last few things now. This is one I laughed about because I didn't know anything about Craftsman until very recently. I started doing some research into Craftsman and how to work out what's USA and how old it is and things like that. And this is what I pulled out. This is the first thing I pulled out of the box yesterday when I was organizing, and I recognized it straight away because I'd learned about it since then. And it was this guy. So I recognized that the Craftsman, the pointed A, this style of S, and this underlying logo is I think something like 30s till late 40s, but they didn't use vanadium during the war, so I think this is actually a pre-war piece. This is a 1-inch 15/16, and I believe this is pre-World War II. I think late 30s or very early 40s. This is 1033C, and actually it's not in bad shape. I might clean that up on the wire wheel a little bit and see what comes out. But that's just a cool one to have, and the 1-inch is sometimes useful. 15/16 and stuff, so maybe I'll just put that in my set just to have it. And I never know, like, they're fairly common and not hugely expensive, so I might come across more of a set and put a set together of those at some point. So that's a nice find. Again, I have no idea where this came from. I don't remember buying this. I probably picked it up in an estate sale again, but I do not remember purchasing this at all. So it's Craftsman USA V-Mark 43785. Very, very gummed up. Just dried oil, you can kind of see leaking out of it. So I've already done 2 or 3 of these that I picked up for rebuild. So this will go, I'll actually throw it on my magnetic holder there, and that's what with the next one I can take apart and clean. And I just spray it out with cardboard brake cleaner and wipe it out and re-lube them. And they seem to come back pretty good most of the time. What we got? I found these before I really knew much about anything. I think I remember got them like the first year I moved here to the US. Anyone see that? Sorry, I think the video cut out there. This is a snap-on. So snap-on vacuum grip number 137. Slip jointy, guys. So that will go in my collection. I think they were, again, a 50-cent pile, I think. This old guy seems to be slipping a little bit. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this one, but I think maybe the selector was not turned all the way. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. This is a Crescent Tool Company, Jamestown, New York. Patent pending, so maybe this is an early one. I don't know. I'll clean this up and take it apart and see what's going on inside, and see if I can get that working again. That'd be interesting just to have. Okay, last couple of things now. What have we got? Oh, SW drop forged Fed spec, whatever that means, England. I think I picked these up just because they look like a nice piece of tool steel, but also because they said England on them, and I'm English, so they actually look quite nice. I don't know whether they're meant to be like lineman's pliers or what, but they have a nice, fairly nice set of cutting edge, and there's a tiny bit of sunlight at the base there, which I can touch up with a file, but they're pretty flush there, so they should do a pretty good job of being a little pair of cutters. I think they are meant to be sort of small lineman's pliers, so I'll go with the bigger set I have in my toolbox. So that's quite nice. And last, not least, I believe that is an older logo, which I didn't know anything about at the time. It's the pointed A on the Craftsman, so it's got to be, I think, pre-70. And it's a nice big pry bar, crowbar. And it looks in nice condition, to be honest. Especially considering probable age. There's a few dings in it. Yeah, Craftsman AP. I don't think it must be USA. It's not marked USA, but with that logo, it has to be, I think, pre-70. But nice big heavy Craftsman pry bar, and again, that would have been probably $1. So yeah, Let me know what you think, guys.